Adulthood sucks, being young rules, so when I grow up, I'm gonna be young forever. Do you remember when you were a kid, you said something like, I can't wait until I'm big, nobody can tell me what to do then? How wrong we were. Yes, we adults have money, maybe a car, maybe even an alluring quality or feature to get what you want from your target group. But we also have a job to work, pay rent, bills and taxes. Then we can enjoy our money whilst working for the next paycheck. Many of us are in that cycle, working a job, doing the same routine things over and over again, waiting for something to come along and break that cycle. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead manages to frame that setup perfectly, with Akira Tendo in the middle of it all. He's a man in his early 20s, a slave to his job, with his room looking like the personification of the word disgusting. His company works everyone to the bone, and he's one of their fresher cogs for the work. There's a disease in the workforce. Unfair treatment. Unpaid overtime leading to multiple days at work without the chance to go back home to wash. Colleagues competing for who has the shittier life. Even the single ray of light in his life being the work crush is dimmed by the realization that she belongs to the boss. 3 years of being a cuck to the system and his work wife has led us to see our guy in this state, fantasizing that even the worst of global events to occur just so he doesn't have to go to work. With a stroke of luck, one morning he goes to his landlord's place to find him literally feasting on someone. This is when he quickly discovers that he's in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. See, there are a lot of people in the world who are overworking for severely diminishing returns. It's known to the rest of the world that even a lot of big time studios buy into this method to get their work done. In Japan, it's so prevalent where it's accepted as part of their culture. So when the disaster hits, instead of joining in on the collective panic, Akira is like, well, at least I don't have to go to work anymore, roll safe bitches! While he's running away from the horde of zombies with an unhinged grin on his face. It's so good to see Akira emerge from that lifeless state he was in. He gets the chance he wanted. We see him navigate the new world order, confront his fears and overcome the anxieties that come with society. At the end of the first episode, he creates a bucket list of the things he wants to do before he turns into a zombie. Though not a new setting we're seeing, any normal person would question what they would do in a zombie apocalypse. Zom 100 reminds us that our greatest adversaries can often be ourselves. The show illustrates to us that before the calamity, the world was already full of zombies. So as much as Akira is now living life to the fullest, we can actually work towards that same goal through making changes now. This character depth doesn't stop with Akira. Shizuka is a self-reliant woman with survival being her first priority, who is then at odds with that way of thinking after meeting Akira. Her polar opposite in that regard. Kenichiro is the cooler, more brash friend, the type that Akira looks up to. According to him, Kenichiro lived the perfect life, but Akira later finds out that that wasn't the case. The story centers around the three of them. I'm currently reading the manga, and all I'll say is they make for a decent group venture in the new world. I only just finished reading the chapter that introduced the other female character in the opening. My guess is she is there to be paired with Kenichiro to stop him from being a third wheel, and that's cool. Third wheeling is cool if you choose to do so, not when it's your only choice. Kenichiro is better than that. Other than that, I'm still looking forward to how the story is going to turn out with her included in the mix. The show immerses us in the characters' emotional turmoil, effectively conveying the psychological depths of their experiences. The pilot episode is definitely the best one at that this season. It might even end up being the best first episode this year. It looks so good. The fluid motion, the creative use of colours. Bug Films knew what they were doing. They really wanted to show us Akira's emotions. As he was starting to lose himself in his job over the years, there's a gradual desaturation of the visuals until it's completely black and white in the present day, indicating that he's now a shell of the bright, uplifted young recruit he once was. They even mess with the aspect ratio, changing it from full screen to cinematic movie screen. Then when the whole world goes to shit and he's thrilled about it, he literally smashes through the black bars screaming in obvious overwhelming joy. Even though the same cinematic feel only appears in spots thereafter, this is clearly intentional by Bug Film, and they've still made sure that the overall quality is still present in the following episodes so far. The music doesn't fall short of the art as well. Each scene is reinforced by the score and the sound effects. Whether it's heartwarming melodies, pulse-sounding beats, or the sound of Akira's boss getting charged out the 12th floor of an apartment building, this show has all of that down to a T. With Heavenly Delusion the previous season and Zom 100 this season. The dystopian anime genre is in a good spot of representation. Though they both cover different themes and do so in different ways with their stories, they execute it very well. Both of these animes set the standard for what 2023's best anime should look like. Zom 100 has got adrenaline-packed moments as well as intricate layers of psychology beneath the surface. A zombie apocalypse setting is by no means a new thing. Its take on the deeper aspects of human nature, along with the top-notch animation, make this an easy watch. Subscribe and support black businesses, Rose.